Imagine a carnival at night, neon lights flickering, cotton candy machines humming, yet silence hangs heavy in the air. No laughter, no children running, and no rides moving, only shadows where joy once thrived. Tonight, we step into the abandoned Hollow Gate Amusement Park, a place that promised happiness but now holds only whispers and chilling echoes. Can you feel the intrigue? The ghosts of the past beckon us to explore the secrets hidden within. Are you ready to uncover the darkness? Hollowgate was once the pride of the city. Families traveled miles to ride the towering roller coaster, the Iron Serpent, and to test their courage in the infamous haunted house ride, the Midnight Fun House. At its peak, it was packed every night. But then, things began to happen. Strange accidents, a child vanishing in the maze of mirrors, a roller coaster car that derailed without explanation, and one summer night, the carousel played long after the park had closed, though no one was inside to keep it spinning. Authorities shut it down. Chains locked the gates. The rides rusted. But to this day, locals swear the park is not empty. They say if you step inside, it welcomes you. Our story begins with three college friends, Maya, Jordan, and Chris, who wanted nothing more than a thrill. They'd heard the legends, the screams after midnight, the phantom ride operator. They didn't believe it, not until they cut the chain one moonless night and stepped inside. The air was thick, too thick for an open field, like the park itself had been holding its breath for decades. The Ferris wheel loomed overhead, its cars swaying slightly, though there was no wind. Looks like the stories were just that, Chris laughed. But Maya noticed something. The lights on the tilt-a-whirl flickered once, and then again. The park was waking up. Drawn to the funhouse, they stepped inside. The hall of mirrors stood cracked and warped, reflecting their faces into grotesque shapes. But one reflection didn't move. While Maya tilted her head, the mirrored version of her stared back, still, expressionless. Then it smiled. Shattering glass echoed across the room. Jordan shouted, "Run!" They stumbled out, but not before hearing faint carnival music playing from inside. Music no one had turned on. Breathless, they reached the carousel. The horses were faded, their paint chipped, but as the friends circled it, one of them moved. Slowly, the carved wooden head turned, its jaw creaking open like a scream locked in wood. The calliope organ started again, slow at first, then faster, until the horses jerked forward, as though the ride wanted them to climb on. Chris, nervous but reckless, whispered, "What if we ride it?" But Maya grabbed his arm. The seats weren't empty anymore. Each horse now had a rider, figures slumped forward, faces pale, eyes hollow. The carousel spun, carrying its passengers in endless circles. Panicked, the three ran toward the roller coaster. The Iron Serpent's tracks stretched above them, sharp and skeletal in the moonlight. The cars sat perfectly aligned, waiting. As they passed, the chain lift roared to life. Metal clanked. The cars started climbing with no one inside. Then, halfway up the hill, screams. Dozens of them, male, female, young, old, all overlapping, all deafening. The cars crested the top and plummeted into the darkness. But when they reached the bottom, the seats weren't empty anymore. Row after row was filled with riders who hadn't been there before. Faces frozen in terror, jaws locked open in a permanent scream. Maya, Jordan, and Chris bolted for the exit, but the gates were gone. In their place stood a wall of funhouse mirrors stretching higher than they could see. Every reflection showed them older, decomposed, lifeless. Jordan's reflection reached out and pressed its hand against the glass, and the glass cracked. Hands began pushing through, clawing their way into the real world. The last thing the town heard of those three was the sound of the carousel playing faintly in the distance. Some say if you drive past Hollowgate on a moonless night, you can still see the Ferris wheel turning slowly, its shadowed passengers staring down, waiting for the next visitor, brave or foolish enough to enter. Because in Hollowgate, once you ride, you never leave. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell icon for updates. I'd love to hear your creepy or unexplained experiences, so drop a comment below. Let's share our stories.